Dude, y'all got no idea how bad I be dragging with shit. Like, I finally sat down, shaved, and now I'm here recording this junk. I mean, bro, it's...
Shut the hell up and eat a cinnamon roll.
Yo, what's good with y'all, man? I've been wanting to talk about something recently that spiked my interest in the past few months. And as the title suggests, it is about YouTube's moderation. But I also just wanted to get into, YouTube and their usage of AI or just like in general, like what they've been doing with the platform. And I really want to talk about this after seeing this one guy's video. I don't remember his name or remember how to say it, so I'll just put his channel up on the screen. But he made a video where he kind of just calls out this channel for, just being AI slop. It's just what it was. I mean, it's probably still up. I haven't checked. And I also think it's a good time to talk about this since YouTube has been making some, pretty interesting choices lately. Those obviously being that like one thumbnail AI generation tool that YouTubers can now use. And also that update to the monetization policies, which, quite a lot of people have been yelling about. But from what I understand, that feature was at least added to, stop people from content farming or, making those AI slop channels like I mentioned. But I also wanted to real quick mention before I say anything more that I do understand that I'm not the only one who has spoken about, what I will talk about in this video, but rather I feel that content creators just, as a collective haven't really brought enough awareness and attention to these things, especially because, we could agree whether you're just a YouTube viewer or a creator, we want this platform to continue flourishing. We don't want this junk to, plummet down. We want it to be better for the viewers and instead of just, fucking prioritizing ad revenue. I mean, hey, I guess Google get that back, bro, but got enough, give me some. First thing I wanted to just like real quick refer back to is a video I made like way back in the beginning of my channel, so it was probably like a year ago already. It was a very similar concept. It was about something that I noticed no one was really talking about like at all, and it was about these bot comments that will appear in some comment sections. I'm not gonna act like it's in every video, but it's a lot. It happens, right? And the idea was that for some reason it's been going on for months or maybe even years, and now fast forward to today, it's been a whole year and it's still going on. I mean, bro. But the worst part is that they don't seem to be just any bots, right? They'll leave some generic ass comment under the video, yeah, sure, and also somehow get top comment. I don't know how that works either, but they'll have a straight up just goon bait, not avatar, profile. Like, it'll be straight cheeks, straight like milkers, bro. They do seem to have evolved though, because nowadays it's more like it'll be one of those like optical illusion images. I don't know if y'all know what I mean. It's like it'll look like something, right? Again, I'm using the example of cheeks, but if you like zoom in, you'll see it's like, two couches or some stupid shit. But the actual worst part about it is when you actually click on their channel, they will have 0 videos, 0 shorts, 0 posts. They will have nothing on their channel, yet somehow have like 1,000 or 2,000 subs, and they'll have some kind of like, I guess you could call it like a link to another channel, as if it's like their homeboy or something, and that profile will still be, I'm gonna just say it, nudity. And I guess the point of me bringing this up is, how the hell does moderation even allow that through, even if it is a mass-produced bot? Because obviously, yeah, moderation isn't fully human, right? It's not like, they could review everyone's profile and see, oh, they're making their junk something that shouldn't be allowed on the platform. Gotta delete that. But you're telling me the AI can't detect when there's puh on the profile? Because I promise you right now, if I made my profile some junk you would find on like Rule 34, my junk would get banned. Right? I'm gonna just say it straight up. My channel would probably get deleted. But yeah, I'm gonna move on from that. You could go watch that video if you want. It's okay. I mean, it's part of my very few first videos, so. This is taking me so much more attempts than it realistically has to, bro. But yeah, next thing I wanted to get into was YouTube homepage ads. Now, this is yet another issue that involves goon bait, but it's not too surprising. for this platform, that's not going to stop me from talking about it. Now, when I say homepage ads, I'm not talking about those ads that you will traditionally see while watching a video, but rather these are image-based ads that will be in the same place as a thumbnail while you're scrolling through your YouTube homepage, you know, just scrolling for another video to watch. Now, I'm going to try not to make this point a little bit too long since, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, but these ads will be so, like, obviously sexually targeted, so it's like actually not funny. I've got a bunch of examples to show on screen, you know, just screenshots I've taken over the, you know, months that this has already been going on, probably even a year. But the fact that they're so obviously sexually targeted isn't even the only problem, because it'll be so obviously like, you know, some like weird scam. A bunch of the times it seems as if it leads to some website where it's those you know, cheap ass games that you know, you play them and it's like it just, you know, feeds your device malware. So it's kind of just like confusing, you know, what they're even advertising in the first place. And that's actually the weirdest part. How are these getting through YouTube moderation? I feel like this is weirder than the last thing I talked about with the bot comments, because with YouTube homepage ads, you know, unless you've been living under a rock, you know, you gotta pay for those. The company, website, whatever, has to pay YouTube for those ads to be shown on the YouTube home screen, unless I'm wrong. So you're telling me YouTube is actively seeing these ads and being like, allow it, push them out. And some of them won't even just be sexual. Some of them are just like strange. That's the only way I could put it, where it'll be like something to do with like pregnancy, or it'll be like trying to like communicate a message, where it'll be some like female character, you know, obviously AI generated. I still remember it. It's like it's like the female character, right? A plus sign and then a symbol where it's like clothes and then there's an X over it. So, you know, obviously what they're implying is, you know, oh, female plus no clothes. And it's like, what the fuck? YouTube, you're allowing that through? Like I mentioned in the previous point, I know they can't moderate everything. AI has to do some of the work, but I don't know what, but honestly, some of these will be like so obvious about it too. Like I'll look at the screenshots myself too. Oh no, see now that I'm looking back at the screenshots, actually they seem to all be advertising some website where apparently it's like games. Play for free. Check out these games for girls, and the image is Judy Hopps AI generated into being pregnant. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I don't know if I probably should have said this earlier. I strongly advise, right? Do not go on to any of these ads. Don't click them. Don't go on the website. Don't do none of that. Man, I don't know what these ads can do, but, you know, I wouldn't risk it. Again, sexually targeted ads kind of just being allowed to be spammed on the YouTube home screen. Kind of strange, man.
Mason Troy Adams.
One last final thing about goon-bait. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. And yes, I am recording this segment 2 days after the previous one. That is why I'm wearing a new shirt. But this next thing I want to talk about is kind of a weird gray area, since I'm going to be, you know, showing and mentioning specific channels compared to it being, you know, just some like dumbass bot comments or weird goon-bait ads. And before I even like get into this, I'm pretty sure I even have to say this. This is not meant to be, you know, criticism or hate. I'm just saying this, right, because I'm gonna be talking about specific like channels that people run. Not criticism or hate. This is just me wanting to bring awareness to something that I think, you know, these channels, you know, shouldn't be doing. Don't do any of that loser shit. Like don't dislike bomb them, don't spam report them, don't do any of that junk, okay? If YouTube wants to do something about them, they can, but if they don't care, then I guess they could keep doing what they're doing. Now that I got that out of the way, there are these channels, and there's actually a lot of them. I discovered them through this one section on the YouTube homepage on my iPad, actually. I almost never see it on my PC or phone for some reason. But it's basically this section on the homepage where it's meant to show posts compared to, you know, videos or shorts from a certain channel. And no, I'm not an iPad kid. The iPad I'm talking about, I've had for deadass almost 10 years, and I just use it to watch YouTube. Now, these channels that I'm talking about, for some reason, make posts like daily. Like sometimes even multiple times a day. Like not just 2 times, like they'll actually be just spamming that junk. Now the frequency is one thing, but the actual issue I have is what they be posting. Their posts purely consist of, you know, just goon art that you would find on Twitter or, you know, whatever other platforms allow straight up softcore. No, you know what? Matter of fact, sometimes it's not even softcore. Sometimes it's like actual that's just blurred or cropped. Now, I'm no expert on monetization or community guidelines, but from what I know and understand, I don't think these channels should be allowed to be doing what they're doing. But again, unless they are, then, you know, I don't know, man. I just find it beyond weird. And instead of me just purely yapping, I'm actually gonna open up some incognito tabs and, you know, show you guys some real examples of what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into, you know, every example that I have in my notes, because then the video would probably be like an hour long. But I will get into the, you know, best examples that show this issue the most. What's crazy is that one of my best examples, I'm pretty sure their channel was deleted.
Gonna take my job. I made that mess.
That was one of my best examples because they actually posted, you know, like I said, full-blown, just cropped, blurred. I'll just pull up 4 examples. Again, I'm not going to go over too many. All right, so I pulled up some prime examples, right? And first thing you're going to notice is that these channels actually have like a decent amount. I kind of don't want to show the last one, I'll explain later, but all of them seem to, you know, actually have a considerable amount of subscribers, you know, over 100K, right? That they're able to get like verified. But the real issue is when you click on posts, right? You will notice all they really do is just spam either fetish-based things, softcore, cropped, let alone it not even being their art, by the way. To my knowledge, at least. I think it's pretty obvious, though, because every single one of these is literally a different art style. And it's also funny because you could tell that this is where they get most of their traffic on their channel. They will have likes I won't, like, ever see on a post from a channel. Like 168,000 likes, 300 comments. I mean, I'll just go on this one. Dude, TS is straight up corn now. I'm blurring the fuck out of this. I'll try not to blur too much, by the way, since theoretically I shouldn't have to. But if I personally think it's, you know, a little bit too much, then I'll just blur it. And notice how, again, they have almost 200,000 subs, yet they have, I already counted, 30 shorts, which only I think 2 of them have gotten over 100K views. Now, if you know anything about content creation, shorts views don't really translate to subscribers too much. So it's kind of surprising to see they have this many subs while also only having 2 long form videos. One of them just being 1 minute and 31 seconds of a animated image of, again, just straight. I don't think they're even monetized. That's not my issue. The issue is that they're just allowed to even post this in the first place because, again, not meant to be criticism or hate, but this is just content farming. Moving on to the next one. Same thing. They just post random softcore that they find off, I don't know, Twitter, Rule 34. I don't know where the fuck they find these. I wonder if the comments are strange on this channel as well. I also don't understand how you see a post like this and think to yourself, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave a comment. Yeah, like, fuck, bro, go do something with your day, bro. 1, who is she? 2, artist. 3, where's the inspiration? She looks lonely. Luckily, someone can help her. What the fuck are you even talking about? Straight to the big 34. All right, man. 10 years older, won't complain. Who the fuck? Yo, shut your bitch ass. 134,000 subs. Also content farms shorts. This one actually gets views on their shorts though. So this one I'm not too surprised on the sub count. This one actually gets a lot of views. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, because this is Discord memes. And they do the thing where they use the last image of just softcore to make the thumbnail. Moving on. 3rd one. Even better example of, again, content farming. I know I've used that term like 10 times in the last minute, but just look at this and tell me it's not what I'm saying it is. You know what? Matter of fact, let's watch one. Let's see. The Brazilian funk music. Okay. What? What is this video? I'm confused. I mean, they've also just posted a shit ton because this is just such like a copy and paste format where you use this image and then just put twice stacked on top of each other for some reason. Para ba de putaria. Bam 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 bam. Oh, that's one of those Roblox goon videos. Ugh, what the fuck? Let's go on their posts too. Let's see what they post. So I forgot. And I'm gonna mention this again, right? 1 hour ago, 15 hours ago, 21 hours ago, one day, 2 day. They spam 3 random ass goon art on their posts and just farb likes. I love the fact he wasn't talking about those cups, although perhaps. What the fuck is you talking? Dude saw this post and said, I'm gonna comment just the word cute. Ruler emoji, that's pretty big. Okay. This next one, I'm not even gonna show on screen. I might just fully blur it because honestly, I think this is the only example I've found where it's actually like their art, which is also ironically the channel that, you know, doesn't have 100,000 subs. But just so you could get like a mental picture, right? This one also kind of does like a similar thing where they just kind of post like a ton of just goon-bait art, except this one's for furries, right? They actually post long form videos, so this I'm not gonna call content farming. This I'm just gonna say is just, I mean, you're allowed to post this? What are these thumbnails? Oh, it's a dude. This description honestly kind of pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an adult channel, 18 plus, and they have like a bunch of other junk under their description. And all I have to say about that is, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm an adult channel, 18 plus. Wrong platform. Your channel is an adult channel, which can be accessed by anyone under any age, and see this, you know, borderline that you post on your channel. Again, I'm not gonna show any of this because, you know, I don't want to deal with any, you know, corny ass fucking drama. Oh, I'm gonna have you banned. You're showing my art without my permission. Do not watch my content if you're under 18, sensitive, or will fight over what my content is. Monitor yourself / stop watching. I am not responsible for your kid in the platform while I post SFW artwork for artists to be known. Yo, nah, how bro felt after saying that? Bro said, nah, fuck all that. Yo, nah, you're funny. Nah, you're funny.
Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece?
Alright, now to my last and final point before I end off this video. My mic was almost in the way. I was about to like smack it. Although I am gonna make this quick since, you know, a bunch of this junk you've probably heard before countless of times. And yes, like I mentioned, this will not be related to goon-bait. Thankfully. The simplest way I could put it is that I'm starting to feel that it's becoming more and more common to see YouTube moderation to just like up or make some stupid ass decision or mistake. I think a pretty recent video made by this guy called Deep Humor is a good example of this, especially this one channel that he talked about. It was like this traveling channel, and the monetization got like fully taken away off the channel, apparently for, you know, quote unquote inauthentic content. And then at the end of the day, it was for a false reason that wouldn't have happened if it was, you know, actually reviewed by a human. And then the owner of the channel had to go to court with YouTube to fight over it just to get his monetization reinstated. Now, I'm not gonna fully explain it, right? Because at that point you might as well just go watch the video that I'm talking about. But regardless, it really is strange how AI seems to be like more and more involved with like bigger decisions on the platform, whether that be age restrictions, full-on demonetizations, channel strikes, even terminations. And I also think it's very like hypocritical of YouTube, since, you know, their recent update to the monetization policies is aimed at stopping you know, content farmers, yet at the same time they want to like constantly pump out new AI features to the platform, which, you know, most people seem to dislike, especially this recent feature that was added where content creators are now able to AI generate thumbnails via YouTube Studio, which, if you don't know what that is, YouTube Studio is basically just the content creator portal where you get to, you know, upload and manage all your videos that you make. Although I will give YouTube a plus for some recent news that came out. Apparently they managed to delete like 130,000 channels that just, you know, spew AI slop. So you know, I mean, I guess W for that. Yo, editor me here real quick. At the time of editing this video, actually, apparently there's been another situation where there was a bunch of just random ASMR channels that were just full-blown deleted for, once again, basically no reason. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just stop talking. If you found some kind of value in this video, you know, feel free to help me out with my first 100 subs and leave a sub down below. And make sure to leave a comment down below too on your thoughts on you know, what I had to say, and if you think I, you know, missed anything important. Other than that, catch y'all in the next one. Peace.